Hey guys, this is Robbie A. Gray again here to talk to you a bit more about some gameplay features I mentioned previously in my game. So we're going to first discuss the new mood gameplay in the Dark Forest. I've mentioned this in the past, but now I'm really going to discuss a bit more about it. So in the Dark Forest, there are multiple choices in the game, and some of these choices will affect Robert's mood. And so it's like there's 5 ranges of emotion Robert can go through. The middle being average, and so going down from average you have sad and depressed, and then going up from average you have happy and excited. Now, as you can expect, there are some things that go with depression. With the depression, there are certain emotions. There not. Well, there will be emotions, but there'll be certain events that will happen with Robert if he's in that stage. If he's feeling that emotion, if he's feeling depressed, he will experience maybe hallucinations of different characters that are either dead or are dying. Different things will happen there. So then, one thing you're probably going to assume off the bat is, oh, well, let's just keep him excited. That's not a good thing either, because if he gets excited, and by the way, it's not like you'll instantly jump from depression to excited like that. It's not that easy. But if you get excited, Robert will become more maniac-like. He'll gain more of a mania sort of symptom, and so as a result of this, he will every time that he encounters an event that revolves around being excited, he will get a mania counter. And whenever he gains so many mania counters, as it does this, he will eventually develop suicidal tendencies because he's too excited, basically. Which is something actually associated with mania mental disorder. But after gaining either 5, I'm thinking either 5 or 10, I'm going to figure out which one. I might even go in between that. After gaining so many of those counters, he will in fact commit suicide. However, if you are excited, that doesn't mean like, oh, I gained 9 mania counters. If I need to, I'm in average, but you're always you don't have to always worry about it, because even as long as you leave excited and get that back down to average, the mania counters will cancel out and it'll be back to 0. So that's one gameplay feature I'm thinking of implementing here. There will be an item that will allow you to see his mood. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be like something like, duh, it's so obvious. Why didn't we think of this? But you'll see it in the game. It'll be in the demo, in fact. Now, you won't be able to get Robert. You shouldn't be able to get Robert like excited or depressed. So you won't be able to see those gameplay features exactly. But you will definitely see the item that can monitor gameplay features, and you'll see it actually work in the game. And I'm gonna give you a hint where you can find it. Otherwise, you're gonna look and you're gonna look in all the wrong places. You can actually buy it in the shop. It'll be for $1. Yes, and the currency in the game is dollars. It's not gold like in most other RPG Maker games. So, yeah, you'll be able to do that. And now we're going to discuss the second gameplay feature, which is in fact the that's right, the crafting system. And back in the day, originally, when I was going to do the crafting system, I was originally thinking, oh hey, let's do a workbench like in Dead Rising. However, with that, I realized I would have to make lots of events for that, and if something were to go wrong with one of them, it could ruin the whole entire thing. So instead of doing a workbench for you to create items, we're going to instead have crafting books. And crafting books basically function as blueprints in the game. So you'll open a crafting book from your inventory, and it'll say, hey, this, if you activate it, it would say like, hey, this crafting book does. So basically say, this helps you craft this item. And by crafting this item, it was like you can craft this item using these compounds. And then it will give you the option, do you want to craft or not? if you want to craft, you can craft, but here's the thing: if you don't have the right equipment in your inventory, it won't craft it. It'll give you an error message. Of course, it will tell you, oh, you don't have the right amount of equipment. But if you do have the actual items you need, it will craft it. One thing we're going to make it a little bit different with it compared to some crafting things is it's not always going to be the item you want when you craft. Or I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that, oh, you craft something and you get a piece of garbage over here. What I mean is like perhaps you craft something and then there'll be one default version of that item. Not with all the crafted items, mind you, but with some of them, there'll be a default version of the item, and then there's going to be a small percentage you'll get a better version of that item when you craft. So that's one gameplay feature you'll see. There are two people on Twitch who I like, and I actually built two. There are two weapons that are basically craftable weapons that will be present in the final product of the game, not in the demo sadly, but in the final product of the game for them. And so I'm going to mention them, and I'll actually have links to their Twitch channels in the description below. There's Azure, and he's getting the Azure Blade, which does electrical damage and is a sword, which is something that I asked him about. I was like, hey, I asked both these people, hey, what items would you want? If you had this kind of option. And they said, okay, we'll do this. And so Azure said that he would want a sword and he would want electricity. And so I built that for him. The damage values have not been decided yet. They should be fairly average in the game, but we don't want it to necessarily we don't want them to break the game, obviously, because it's supposed to be a horror game. Come on. So it's not gonna, so don't expect something like groundbreaking, guys, but it will be fairly good. The other person is a QMS Saint, or it might just be QM Saint. And what he wanted a crossbow that did explosive damage. So there's a crossbow called the Crossbow of Saints now. That's just for him. Well, it won't be just for him. You guys will be able to build it in the game when the final product comes out. And it will do explosive damage. Use explosive crossbow bolt. And so yeah, you will see that in Dark Forest. So yeah, and like I said, go check out their Twitch channels. And I don't know about Azure, but I know QMS Saint has a YouTube channel, and his link will also be in the description below. Or they may also be in the screen, like either here, like either here or here or here or here. They might be on the screen as an annotation if I can get the time to do that. But yeah, so check out their channel. And yeah, and that's pretty much some more gameplay feature stuff just for you guys. I hope you enjoy the demo when it comes out in October. I'm still contemplating whether to do it. I have 2 dates in mind for it. I'm either going to release it on October the 13th, or I'm going to release it on Halloween, either morning or night. Probably Halloween night. When I mean Halloween night, I mean Halloween night in Spokane. Well, I shouldn't say it. Well, yeah, I guess it would be in Spokane because I live in Micah, which is basically south of Spokane. So it would be basically around that time. It depends on which one I get done first. Do I get the demo completely done by, if I get the demo done before October 13th, it'll be out on October 13th. If not, it'll be on October, during Halloween. But don't worry, I will let you know if October 13th happens and I don't release it. I'll have a video up saying, hey, didn't make it. It'll be out on Halloween night, or we'll just see. But yeah, so everything should go good, and so yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. So thank you all for watching this video. For those of you who are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. And tell your friends. That will make this way easier for me and it will definitely support the channel. So thank you very much, and goodbye.